The Mark of the Rani, Part 1, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Doctor Who theme.
Doctor Who theme. That's how, 90% of these commentaries start.
Just me saying Doctor Who theme?
One of us. Just someone out there saying Doctor Who theme.
I remember there was this one where it was like funky space jams or something.
Oh, wait. It was something space-time music. I can't remember what it was. I don't know. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I have not watched this story since the first time I watched it a few years back.
Well, you're not missing much.
I know I'm not missing much. I was like, oh, why do we have to do this one?
I said this thing on Twitter recently. I was like, um, I said I think what infuriates me more than anything is a story that leaves no impression on me. I said this in relation to the EDAs. I was like, the Janus conjunction doesn't fill me with as much hatred as um one of the John Peel Dalek books does. But I'd still probably rank the Janus conjunction lower because it did absolutely nothing for me. At least I felt something towards the John Peel Dalek books. So
Oh,
for me, Mark of the Rani is my least favorite TV Cullen Baker story. Worse than Time Lash, The Twin Dilemma. They're at least awful but fun. This is just nothing.
is it pronounced Janus?
I've been pronouncing it Janus, as in
Because I've been pronouncing it Janice.
see, it's spelled the same way as Leela's Janus Thorn. So, or is it? Wait. Mm, mm, it is. Oh no, it's not spelled the same way as Leela's Janus Thorn. Oh, I don't know then. Hmm. I've been saying Janus conjunction the whole time. I don't know.
Trevor
Suppose.
Baxendale, get back to us, man. My question to you, because I'm a lot kinder on the EDAs than you are, is do you think I'll end up liking that book or disliking it?
I mean, you never finished Vanderdeken's Children, right?
No, I got 100 pages in and I said, "Fuck
The, the,
it."
the,
Probably gonna sell it at the used bookstore I bought the Hollow Men from.
then Janus conjunction is probably going to leave the same impression on you.
Oh man, seriously?
That's how I felt, at least. They just sort of blend together in my mind. I remember Vanderdeken's a little bit more vividly, but it's still yeah.
Well, Trevor Baxendale's prose is overall just less boring than Christopher Buelis's, though.
See, I've enjoyed most Christopher Buelis books I've read more than any Baxendale book I've read. So
See, I really like the way Baxendale writes.
I've read three books by Baxendale now. Um, Janus Conjunction was just boring and nothing. Prisoner of the Daleks was pretty good. Ending kind of sucked though. And what was the other one? Deep Time. Deep Time, cool ideas, not much to do with them.
You should read Fear of the Dark.
Yeah, well, I'm reading the PDAs in order, so I'll get to it eventually.
I kind of thought about reading all the Seventh Doctor PDAs in order of release.
Well, the Hollow Men takes place before. See, I would do if you're gonna do specify a doctor in the PDAs, I would just do them in chronological order. Then. So I'm pretty sure Hollow Men. Well, I know Hollow Men is, but I'm pretty sure the Peter
Also,
Darvill.
what the fuck is the outfit Perry is wearing?
They put her in a different one when they actually get to the place. It's I don't know. What was I saying? Fuck. Oh yeah, but Hollow Men, and I'm pretty sure the Peter Darvill Evans ones take place before the Robert Perry and Mike Tucker stuff. But that's most of the Seventh Doctor PDAs is Robert Perry and Mike Tucker.
Well, the Hollow
See here,
Man.
see here it is. Uh, different Perry outfit. Someone actually decided to dress Nicola Bryant this week.
I don't know if it is a different outfit. I think she just put like a warmer thing over top of it.
Well, because I think she still takes it off eventually, but still, it's. I think she wears that for most of the story. But yeah, Hollow Man is between Fenric and Survival, and all the. I think everything else is meant to be post Survival.
Yeah, so this is set right in season 26.
Yeah, I don't think there are any earlier than that Seventh Doctor PDAs.
The Hollow Man does look interesting from the cover
Oh, it's good.
standpoint.
It's good. I quite liked it. Can you hear those loud ass birds outside my window?
No, I can hear the birds in the show though.
That's okay then.
Oh wait, maybe those are birds from your bedroom.
Maybe. Okay, they just stopped. Did you stop hearing the birds?
Yes.
Then it was me.
Yes, the doctor just said no birds.
Fuck.
So, is The Hollow Man a sequel to The Awakening, as I have heard it is?
Apparently vaguely, but you don't have to like the Awakening to enjoy the Hollow Men. Um, like for like it vaguely references the events of the Awakening. You don't need to know the Awakening by heart to enjoy the Hollow Men. Like for me, the Hollow Man is a far superior story because I fucking hate the Awakening.
Well, got a good Seventh Doctor book to read at some point then. I just realized the only good Seventh Doctor novel I've read is fucking Blood Heat.
See, and your other ones are what fucking Legacy and God Engine, idiot.
I like Ice Warriors.
Yeah, and they have two really shit appearances in the VNAs. Well, Legacy is more meh than shit, but God Engine shit. Oh, I
I
hate
want to
that.
read The Dying Days.
Oh yeah, they're in the Dying Days, aren't they? The Dying Days is pretty good. It's good fun. It's not the book you'd expect from the final VNA and the only Paul McGann appearance from Virgin Publishing. Well, I guess not the only, but the only book starring the Eighth Doctor. Because 8 makes a couple cameos in some late VNAs.
Yeah, you're gonna be squeezing my Eighth Doctor testicles towards the end.
Ooh, did you see? I don't know if you were on Twitter when I posted this. I was buying some more EDAs, and the guy I ordered the Fall of Equitine from gave me a free copy of the Ancestor Cell.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, oh shit. Well, that's
that was pretty rad because that's one of the more expensive ones.
is it? I knew it was an important book, but I didn't know it was expensive.
I think it's like the last one that Faction Paradox is involved in or something.
Oh
Sort of
no, I'm
like,
fine. I'm finding some decent price copies of Ancestor Cell. I'm seeing one for $12 right here. It's not bad.
where are you finding it?
Just look up on eBay Doctor Who Ancestor Cell.
You know what I need to do? I need to buy
Hmm.
Echoes of Extinction and fucking All Flesh is Grass.
So Echoes of Extinction, I actually really enjoyed. Especially the Eighth Doctor half. Actually, I really like the supporting cast in the 10th Doctor half. It's got some weird guest stars in it. Mostly like actors who have played other important Doctor Who characters. Like it's got the well, Arthur Darvill's in it. Bern Gorman's in it, who played Owen in Torchwood, and I can't think of the actress's name, but she played Ronnie's mother in Sarah Jane's Adventures. Like, they're all in it. It's so weird.
Because probably the Doctor Who novel I've read the fastest is The Night, the Fool and the Dead. Granted,
Oh yeah, I remember I
it's
read
not
that. I remember I read that in 2 hours.
it's not that long, but I breezed through that shit.
I think I did All Flesh is Grass. How fast did I do All Flesh is Grass?
I heard a lot of praise for The Night, the Fool and the Dead, and then I didn't hear anything about All Flesh is Grass.
It's so weird. Like towards the end of Time Lord Victorious, everyone just stopped remembering that it existed. Um, there was like no coverage for those late releases. But All Flesh is Grass is quite good. It's
There's the boy!
the lad. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, All Flesh is Grass. Like it's good. I enjoyed it. McCormack gets the characterizations of all the doctors right, but I'm not gonna lie, it is a bit of a safe ending for Town Lord Victorious.
Well, I wasn't expecting it to not be safe. You can't really have it not be safe.
Mm, what would you expect from an ending to Town Lord Victorious?
Sort of like a Deus Ex Machina thing.
Well, not quite that. There are like consequences, and we do end up in a different place from where we started. But specifically in regards to the Doctor, specifically the 10th Doctor, it just I don't know. I wasn't satisfied with that. But beyond that, it was good.
Oh, so you're telling me they don't give him shit for what he does?
Well, they do early on, but then by the end, he just sort of gets off scot free and like just faces no consequences for his
Oh.
actions. But I guess all of Town Lord Victorious is supposed to be between Waters of Mars and End of Time. So I don't know. I
Yeah, he
guess.
gets his just desserts in the next story.
What was I looking? Oh yeah, Seventh Doctor PDAs. That's what I was looking up earlier. um,
Atom Bomb
yeah,
Blues sounds interesting.
yeah. Isn't that a Andrew Cartmel, right?
Yeah. So it's probably good.
What a Chad. Fucking love him.
Oh, what is this bullshit? First prologue, second prologue,
In what?
fucking the Hollow Men.
Oh yeah.
This is some Simone Bouchier Jones bullshit with chapter zero.
No. It doesn't get worse than Chapter Zero. Until you've read Chapter Zero and how irrelevant it is to the rest of the plot, it will not. You will know. You will not know how it doesn't get worse than Chapter Zero. Like Ace is there.
God.
Ace is there in Chapter Zero, and Ace has no
What
reason
is
to
there to
appear in this
talk
book.
about in this story? I mean, fuck, the dog's cute. Even then, it's one of those dogs that just fucking drool.
I think the dry and grayness of this entire story makes Colin Baker stand out.
The Rani is so shitty.
Have you
Literally, time in the Rani, she has the same plan, but gets further along before the Doctor stops it.
have you heard either of the Redmond Ronnie Big Finish stories?
I did not like the Rani Elite.
What? I fucking love the Ronnie Elite.
I thought it was easily the weakest of that trilogy.
Yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that actually. But I mean, not easily the weakest. Obviously, I had to think about it. Have you heard Planet of the Ronnie?
No, I haven't.
That one's
It,
really good.
everybody's like, "Oh, I want the Rani to come back." It's like, no, you don't. What the fuck? No, you don't.
Who who's holding on to the fucking rights of the Ronnie that they can't use her anymore in Big Finish?
Whichever of the Pip and Jade Baker couple is still alive,
No,
probably.
they're both dead now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, yeah. Pip Baker just died last year, I think. Yeah,
Fuck me.
yeah. So I repeat, who's holding the rights to their fucking Ronnie?
Oh, you wanted me to look it up.
No, 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 no. I was just, no, I was just sort of mentioning it again. Because well, it's weird, because the Ronnie stories that Big Finish had planned were supposed to be with Kato Mara, but then she died. It so if did her dying stop them doing more? Because obviously not. They had to quickly recast the Ronnie. I don't know. It's weird.
It does. Her Wikipedia page does not tell me who holds the rights to the Rani.
Thank you for looking anyway, Brian.
Not the Big Finish forum. Where's the Rani? All that's been said is it's a rights issue. It does not say where the rights issue originates from.
Weird.
It's
Okay,
probably the BBC just being like, we don't want the Rani in Doctor Who anymore.
so speaking, yeah, but they want the censor rights back, I guess. That makes no sense. Um, but seeing Ailey there for a second, I have a friend that I've been watching through all of Doctor Who with, and we've just gotten to the Alien Master with Trocken and Legopolis, and then we started the Fifth Doctor era, and we did Castrovalva, and just the fucking staggering difference between Amy's performance in Legopolis and Castrovalva. Even not maybe not even his performance, but just the writing for the Master between those two stories. And they're by the same fucking writer. After Legopolis, until Survival, Ainley's fucking useless as a master.
I like I like Castrovalva in theory. I don't like how it's executed on screen.
I like the TARDIS stuff. I like actually this most recent watch of Castrovalva I did. I appreciated Davison's performance a lot more. And I still like the TARDIS stuff a lot in the Zero Room and everything, but
See, for me, the TARDIS stuff is the boring stuff. I like
really,
the
I thought
stuff
that was the most
on
interesting stuff.
Castrovalva.
Mm, I don't know. It's kind of boring. Uh, other than Anthony Ainley as the portree, that's about it for me there.
I feel like it's let down by really slow pacing. So we spend like an episode and what, a half in the TARDIS, then we spend half an episode walking around with Tegan and Nissa before we get to the actual story part.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I feel like if it was cut down a bit, it would be a lot more enjoyable.
Mm.
because you
Oh wait,
basically.
actually, I really like Alien Planet of Fire actually.
I can't remember anything about Planet of Fire.
Dude, Planet of Fire is great. People don't give that enough credit. It's a really great story.
Just looking at this story makes me sad. Oh, I was I was so I'm watching Doctor Who with my buddy Zach, and we're going through the Tennant stuff. We just finished the Lazarus experiment.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was that?
So Zach and I just finished watching the Lazarus experiment.
Oh God. Ugh.
We're in that stretch of bad series 3 episodes.
Until you hit human nature.
Yeah.
I'd say like it starts at like arguably. No, not arguably. Not a lot of people like that one. Never mind. I would say like Daleks in Manhattan through 42 is like that bad stretch you're talking about, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I weirdly like Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution of the Daleks.
So there's no bad stretch. It's just Lazarus Experiment and 42 for you, right?
Yeah, but it feels like a bad stretch is the issue. It's like I
Well,
see
what?
those two
What?
episodes
Because you know,
right
because you
next
know,
to each other, and I'm
cause,
like, oh,
what? Because you know, underneath that Evolution at Manhattan uh are just a shit story.
yeah, they're not my go-to Dalek story, that's for damn sure. But I do like them.
They're kind of stupid fun. They're not bad.
Yeah, that I mean that's why I like Earthshock. It's just stupid fun for me. It's
I mean,
not like
stupid. I mean, Earthshock is stupid. Yes, fun, not so much.
uh you're forgetting what my definition of fun is, Joey.
I mean,
We like it when
fun.
characters we
Wait,
like it when characters get fucked in the ass and die at the end.
this is true, but I feel like anyone's gonna have fun watching Adric die, unless it's like your first time watching it. Like if it's your first time watching it, you're gonna be really affected by Adric's death. But like any time
You
after,
know what
you're
I
just gonna
thought
be
the
like,
first time I watched Earthshock?
what?
I thought, oh, oh. Because I
Okay, I mean,
turned to my dad and I was like, he's dead, right? My dad was like, yes, he's dead.
you turned over here like, Dad, is Adric really dead? And he hands you a copy of The Boy That Time Forgot.
Dude, I've been finding out, man, that my dad is like 100% more nerdy than I thought.
I mean, okay, explain.
All right, so my dad's just better at hiding his dorkiness than I am. I I told him, "Hey, you should read Blood Heat." This man said, "Brian, I read those books in the 90s when they came out." I was
What?
like,
Wait. Wait, Brian. Is your dad a VNA stan and you have been withholding this information from me the whole time?
he doesn't really talk about reading them though. That's the thing. Is like I had no clue. I was like, you what, mate?
So did you ask him anything?
He didn't read all of them because I remember he was telling me because I was listening to Transit and he was like, "Ah, I remember reading that one. It wasn't very good."
Oh no. Transit's good.
I was like, "What the fuck? you read this? And he was like, yeah, that's actually the one that made me decide that maybe I don't have to keep reading each and every one of these as they come out.
So he at least read like what, the first 10?
He read the first 10 and then read whichever ones took his fancy.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I mean, if you're gonna be like that picky with your new adventures, I feel like I would have given up long before Transit. like,
Well,
like in the
he said he remembered reading Love and War and that being really good, the first Bernice one.
Oh yeah, Love
And
Wars.
he liked Nightshade.
Yep, Nightshade's fantastic. What about the Time Worm and Cat's Cradle stuff?
He really liked Time Worm Exodus. Actually liked Apocalypse, which is weird.
Huh. Interesting. And Transit's the one that made him give up?
He did not like Genesis. He was like, the first one was dog shit. And apparently, when Revelation came out, it was still really hard to find. So he never got to read Revelation.
Oh no!
Get him a really copy. Wanted to.
Get him a copy.
So, and then he was like, Time's Crucible was unintelligible.
Oh, no, Time's Crucible is great.
He didn't like Mark.
Let me guess.
And he liked Warhead.
Let me guess.
But I think
let me guess. He doesn't like Ghostlight though, I guess.
No, he and I both don't like Ghostlight.
Fucking hell. Scum.
But yeah, so I figured that out, and I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell me? And he was like, I mean, you saw the only 2 remaining Doctor Who books I had were The 8 Doctors and War of the Daleks. I was like, why did you keep those out of all of them?
Man read Love and War and was like, nah, we have War of the Daleks. Who needs fucking
Well,
Love and
War?
I think
he's probably still living with his mom when he was reading the early version stuff. By the time you got to like the 8 Doctors and War of the Daleks, he was living with my mom. So like, I imagine the Virgin books got lost in like moving.
Man read Blood Heat, fucking Blood Heat, and said, "Nah." He said. Man read about the Brigadier shooting a child and was like, you know what I need instead? Sam Jones's inner monologue about how she's jealous of Thal woman bodies. Like, that's.
Well, I think what probably happened was he had already lost the Virgin books, and by the time he like regained interest in reading Doctor Who novels, the EDAs were coming out, so he bought the 8 Doctors and War of the Daleks, read both of those, and was just like, I don't think I need to read Doctor Who books anymore.
That's the big mistake with like the early EDAs is they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna we have the rights to do everything now. We're BBC Books. We're gonna do the Dalek stories. Oh wait, the only person that can write Dalek stories is an awful fucking writer. Fuck it, we'll do it anyway. And everyone's gonna read those books, and everyone's gonna get a bad fucking taste for the EDAs in their mouth, and just avoid the Kate Orman ones because Seeing Eye just doesn't look as interesting as like a Dalek Invasion of Earth sequel. But still, like.
Oh yeah, he had Legacy of the Daleks too, and another one called The Infinity Doctors. He liked The Infinity Doctors, but
Infinity Doctors is great.
But that was like 3 out of 4 of those books were shit.
Yeah. Did he mention any other VNAs that he read?
No, he didn't. I don't know. As he like sees us adapting them, he'll probably be like, I remember reading that one.
We eventually find out he really did read the entire range.
Well, I wanted to listen to Nightshade with him at one point. He was like, I don't need to. I've already read it. I was like, you son of a bitch. So yeah, my dad has read the Doctor Who novels and like withheld that information from me for years.
Fuck your dad, man.
And I was like, why didn't you tell me? And he was like, I don't know, because it's like an uber fucking dork thing that should be kept to yourself.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, a big part of why my dad does not let on that he is as dorky as he is because he wants to appear cool to my mom.
Damn. And yet your mom has been in the novel adaptation.
She's been in the novel adaptations because I've asked her to be, and she's my mom. My mom doesn't actually like Doctor Who. Like
Well,
she can't.
that I get there.
My mom does not like low budget sci-fi with hokey acting. The only reason she even tolerates Star Trek is because that has like a personal nostalgia for her.
Mm.
And also like past the original series. Star Trek The Next Generation is pretty fucking good.
Ooh, so I am really excited. I have like my next run of EDAs coming up. Shadows of Avalon is a Paul Cornell, and mwah, so excited.
So here's what I'm thinking of selling on my bookshelf.
Okay.
Kersal, Longest Day. Not gonna sell Legacy of the Daleks because that was my dad's. Dreamstone Moon. Probably Placebo Effect because the last bit of that book just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Vanderdecken's Children, and if the Janus conjunction is as shit as you say, I'll probably sell that one as well.
And nothing of value was lost.
Yeah, this is sort of a thing. Like the only things I sell are the ones that I think are shit.
That's
Or
fair.
ones that I'm never going to come back to. So like
See,
I
that's weird for
sold.
me. That's weird for me. Like I would like never fathom, but selling like Shadow Mine, my least favorite VNA, because like I don't know, I'm just a weird completionist like that, I guess.
Well, like there's a reason I've put off buying the Body Snatchers for so long. It's because I'm never gonna read it.
Wait, how did you read the Body Snatchers then?
I I read a PDF of it.
Ah, cringe.
That's how I read Business Unusual because I was just like, fuck $30 for a Gary Russell book.
Why are you? Wait, who's spending $30 on Business Unusual?
Well, that was the only copy available at the time that I wanted to read Business Unusual. Each of them were going for $30. And I was just like, fuck that.
I
I'll read
got
the
mine
PDF.
for there we go. I got mine for 20. So, not too far off, I guess.
Oh, did I tell you about the penis thing?
What?
So, some guy kept, or a group of people kept leaving phallic shaped objects at my doorstep
Oh,
and like framing an old acquaintance of mine.
oh.
So, this is a funny story. Uh, so, the first time it happens, uh, I, I come home, Imogen's like, someone left a package for you. I'm like, oh. And so I open it up, and it's 2 cucumbers, a bottle of milk, and wet wipes.
Okay. Go on.
Which essentially means dick, lube, Wet
Yeah,
wipes
yeah,
clean up,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, that's that's a little weird. Okay. And inside is like a receipt that says "Don't return," and has a little note for me, telling me this person is back in my area. XOXO. Signed this person. So I already know this person is back in my area. I know where they live. So I decide, it would be really funny if I show up at their doorstep, no context, and just knock on the door and break the cucumbers.
Okay.
So I did that
Oh God, Brian, you fucking idiot.
and I freaked him out and his grandmother.
Okay.
And he comes outside and he's like, "What are you doing here? And why did you just break cucumbers on my porch?"
Okay.
And then it dawns on me. I'm like, "You mean you didn't leave these at my doorstep?" He was like,
Mm,
"No." And I was like, "So," I pulled out the note and I was like, "So this isn't your handwriting?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "But it's signed with your name." And he was like, "That's fucked." I didn't do it, I swear. And he like just showed me his snap stuff to prove it to me. And I was like, Jesus Christ, you've been framed.
okay. Did you ever find out who did send it?
Well, I called around and I made like a ton of people's nights really shit
What the fuck,
by
Brian?
by calling around. I I didn't even like do anything except call people and be like, "Hey, do you know anything about this?" I like called one of my buddies while he was in the middle of an argument with his girlfriend and did not
Uh-huh.
realize they were in the middle of an argument.
Mm-hmm.
I made like a conference call with both of them,
Okay.
and that fucked their nights up. So that was awesome. Uh, then it happened again.
Uh, okay. It's the same thing with the package and the cucumbers, or
Oh, this time it was an $8 lollipop from Spencer's in the shape of a penis.
nice.
And
Stepping it up.
I was just like, what the fuck? Why do people keep leaving dicks on my doorstep? The
I mean,
handwriting
it's
on the handwriting on this note was different. It and it was like the day before I was walking, basically. So it said happy graduation. Signed the same name. Handwriting's different though. So I'm like, okay, it's multiple people. What the hell? I called some other people, asked around again. Uh ended up getting into it with a buddy of mine.
Brian. I feel like the story's a lot less funny than you think it is in your head.
And I was just sad afterwards. I got sad. I was like, I wanted to have fun with the dick thing, kind of, but like,
Uh-huh.
I can't even have fun with it because for some reason everybody else does not find it funny and is just annoyed by it.
Okay.
I was like, what is the point of this if I can't have fun with it too? I can't have fun with the penises, Joey.
This is okay. Is this going somewhere?
No, that's the end of the story. It hasn't
Are you
happened.
fucking serious, Brian? This is the worst fucking story.
The end. I
So
got
you
sad.
so
The
so you
end.
so you still don't know who sent them.
No. I like posted about it to my Snapchat though. I was like, hey, could y'all stop leaving dicks at my doorstep? It's really annoying.
I mean, now whoever it is knows that you're annoyed by it, so they're gonna keep fucking doing it.
Well, it hasn't happened since. So,
How long ago was the second package?
when did I graduate? Like 2 weeks ago.
Mm.
Oh no!
What? What?
It's fine. We're just a few seconds off from it now.
Oh.
So that's my story.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't like that story, Brian.
I I I think it's funny just because of the fact that I had to accept my fate at the end of it, that I might just be getting penises for the rest of my life.
I mean, it's obviously someone that knows you if they use that other person's name.
Right. So I don't know who it is. I want to know who it is though. I'm probably never going to find out though. It's like I feel like I called everyone that I'm close with and like know who would even dream of doing that, and all of them like were just sort of annoyed by the fact that I had called them to ask about it for some reason. It's like
I
if
mean, I, I mean, put in their position, like I wouldn't be annoyed personally. Like I would think that this is a genuine issue, and you want to know who's fucking with you.
right, they were all sort of like, "What? Why are you calling me about this?" No, I didn't do it. Okay, bye. So it was just a mixture of like me calling people at bad times, I guess, to talk to them about the dicks left at my doorstep,
Yeah, yeah.
and like people just being made uncomfortable by the topic itself.
Yo, you've seen the Tron movies, right?
No, I haven't.
Ah, okay, fuck it, never mind.
What? Which
Who?
way was she supposed to push it?
I don't know. I hate this cliffhanger.
Push, Mary! Push! No! The other way!
I'm pretty sure there's some behind the scenes story of like Cullen Baker almost dying doing this scene. I like these random dicks in the village that just fucking find him and are like, "Hey, what if we fucking murder this guy?" Brian,
Is that there's got to be like a reason for it.
there probably is.
I haven't been paying attention.
Neither have I. I think we're just talking
So
about VNAs and dicks. That's about it.
maybe I should have prefaced the Dick story with, "This is a sad story. It
Yeah,
does not have
you
a
said it
happy ending."
you said it was really funny, and I was just
I mean, I do think like the situation itself, like just overall, is kind of funny. If it wasn't happening to me, I'd be like, "That's fucking hilarious."
yeah, I guess.
So on that level, it's funny.
I suppose in some weird reality.
I don't,
Want you want to get rid of that that little message there on the side.
My heart, Joey.
You always fucking forget.
Fucks me over.
The Mark of the Rani, Part 2, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And we're still watching this,
quality
apparently.
is so bad.
On what?
On my screen. Do you not see that the quality, like, dropped from the last episode?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's a funny story. My aunt died at her wedding.
Shut the fuck up.
Wouldn't that just be fantastic if every time I tell a funny story, it's just really upsetting and sad?
I swear it's funny. So,
I swear it's funny. So, I broke my foot the other day and figured out that I have to get it amputated. The fracture was so bad.
you just have like this really like forced Jim Carrey-esque laughter. You're like, just fucking. Or you do like that really like out of breath like Jack Nicholson in Batman laugh. They were like that. It's like, I love that.
What's up with Bo Burnham's hair, though?
I still haven't watched his new special, so I don't know what's up with the hair.
Well, I'm not a Bo Burnham guy. I don't really know that much about him. I just know that his hair's gone fucking wild.
Oh, has it? I haven't seen any pictures recently. So.
He's got like a beard and long hair now.
Oh.
And I'm just like, that's not Bo Burnham. Apparently it is, though. Colin Baker's into bondage. This guy's gonna suck his dick in a few minutes here.
Hell yeah. Have you been watching The Bad Batch?
No, I haven't.
Ah, rip.
Oh, I have another actually funny story for you because it involves
Brian. I don't trust you. No.
It involves a comedy club, so it's actually funny.
Still don't trust you, but go ahead.
So my buddy and I, we were my buddies and I, Raiden and Quentin are their names. We went to this local comedy club called the Funny Stop, and we were sort of seeing like new and like upcoming comedians do shows together, basically. And so this one guy comes out. He starts in on all the offensive stuff. Like, he's politically incorrect. It's hilarious. It's great.
Ah, cringe. But go ahead.
So he starts making fun of the audience members.
Gotcha.
Which is like, with the right audience and the right comedian, is really funny. And my God, this guy was great. Anyway, he hones in on me and my friends. And he's like, so we got a couple of college cunts over here. And he's like, so which college you guys go to? And we say which college we're going to be going to. He goes, so you guys smoke weed, right?
Okay.
And I got the little baby lungs. I have asthma, so I don't
Hmm.
smoke. Um, that doesn't mean I have not smoked, but I don't do it on the regular.
Hmm.
Um, so they say my buddies say we do, but he doesn't. And I'm just like I don't. He's like, you don't? Why not? You fucking square or something, bro?
Okay.
And I'm just as I said to you just now, I have the wee baby lungs. And he goes, damn, God really dealt you a shitty hand. Going to that college and can't smoke fucking weed. You got a tiny penis.
Fucking okay.
And I got my buddies behind me. They're gonna say yes. So I just go, yeah. Uh, so this man, he starts making fun of the tiny dick, and I'm like, oh, it's fun. It's funny. Like he's making all these really horrendous dick jokes. It's great. Everybody's dying in the audience.
Okay.
Like
All right.
I look back, my buddies are falling out of their chairs laughing. I'm laughing myself. It's great. So anyway, he moves on, then comes back to the dick jokes. And so I'm laughing, and then all of a sudden I feel this arm come around me.
Okay.
And this woman slides across my lap.
Okay.
And she's obviously drunk. And I'm just like, okay, this has never happened to me before.
Okay.
And so she like, for lack of better euphemism, grinds on me for a second. Meanwhile, I'm just fucking laughing at the absurdity of this situation. I turn and look to my buddies who are just gaping at me and like don't know, don't even know what's happening. They're in the same boat as me. I'm like, this is just hilarious. And she stops grinding on me and she leans over to me and she's like, we're gonna get that motherfucker, Brian. Points at the comedian. I was like, what? She goes, we're y- he'll see. You know what? He's got a tiny penis.
Okay.
So part of me's thinking maybe she's his girlfriend or something. Maybe she knows him. Oh, if only, Joey. If only she knew him.
Okay.
She didn't. So the comedian looks back this way. At this point, he's been singing a song about my tiny penis.
Okay.
And so he stops singing. He notices that there's a girl on my lap. And it's just like, oh my god, Brian's got a woman. What's your name? She says her name's Sabrina. Then she says she's a nurse. We
Oh.
are about a block away from where I work, which is a hospital.
Oh God. Brian,
So I'm like,
do you
do
work with this woman?
do I work with this
I
woman?
was gonna say.
um, so she says she's a nurse, and I zone out for a second. I look back towards my buddy Raiden, who has actually fallen out of his chair. He's dying laughing. So I like mouth something to Quentin, and I'm not paying attention to. But when I look back, this woman, her name's Sabrina, by the way.
Oh,
Sabrina has
said that.
somehow managed to turn the tables on this man, and now he's having a mental breakdown on stage about how he has a micro penis.
Okay. Like he wasn't just like playing it up, like he was actually like having a breakdown.
Yeah. And then he regains composure and the show ends.
Okay.
Well, the way I say that, it sounds like it ended just after that. Like he told a few more jokes and then wrapped up the show.
Well, yeah, that makes yeah.
But so anyway, that happens, and as he's having, after he sort of regains his composure, Sabrina looks back at me, gives me a kiss, and is like, "Bye, Brian."
Okay.
And
And
and I was just like, "Do I work with her or not?"
yeah, I want to know this as well.
So that's the story.
Th-
My adventure at the funny stop. Afterwards, Raiden and Quentin were like, "Dude."
Okay, wait. Brian, your stories end so fucking abruptly. You didn't get like any closure on any of this?
No, that was the closure.
That's not closure, Brian.
They were like, "Dude, do you work with her?" I was like, "I have no idea." They were like, "Damn."
Brian,
And Raiden,
both parts of Mark of the Rani in this commentary have featured these bizarre stories from you that don't actually have endings. I feel like these are these are stories you should wait to tell publicly until you figured out a gaping mystery at the end of it.
Raiden just looks at me and he goes, "Now you know what it's like to be me." I'm like, "What?"
No,
And
no, 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 Brian. No, that's still not how you end a story.
I was like, "Raiden, what do you mean?" And he was like, "When you go to places where there are bars, that just happens. Women sometimes you don't know just do shit like that." I'm
Okay,
like, Okay.
so Mark of the Rani.
Mark of the Rani.
What has happened so far?
Um, I told you two stories that involve dicks.
And that's true. That's
We
true.
discussed books for a second.
I feel like I'd much rather go back to the book conversation.
Ah, but Joey, you see, I had to catch up with you. Both of these things have happened in like my recent life.
Mm.
Joey, what's been going on with you? You said you were in a show earlier. I don't know if that was before the recording or.
I did say that before the recording. Yeah, I'm in a show right now. I'm in Fiddler on the Roof. It's a show that I'm not particularly a fan of, but one that I'm excited to do simply to get back on the stage. So that's cool. But wait, why is my charger not working? Oh, because it's unplugged. That's great. Anyway, yeah, I'm in Fiddler on the Roof. It's a show that I'm not particularly a fan of. I am enjoying it more as I do it, as we rehearse for it. The music's always been rather good, but I'm appreciating the show as a whole a little bit more now. It's good fun. Yeah, it's a good time. We open in about a week and a half as of the time of recording this, and yeah, it's nice. That's mostly what I've been doing. That in addition to just regular work and um, YouTube channel work and whatever else.
Nice.
Reading. Yeah, yeah.
Any funny stories?
Uh, Not really. I guess we talk about the one guy that I'm doing Fiddler with. This is the dude that's playing the main character, Tevye. I've done a couple shows with him before, and obviously this is the first show being done in, yeah, at least with the theater that I'm working with. First show being done since lockdowns easing up and everything like that.
Yeah.
So for a while we were rehearsing with masks. We only just recently started not rehearsing with masks, but the guy playing the lead character, Tevye, his name is John. He he's very. I'm trying to avoid the phrase "neat freak," but he's been very precautious, shall we say. He's mm, I would say it's mostly because of his girlfriend. His girlfriend is very not okay with him being in the show, to the point where she's now even moved out and moved in with her parents because she doesn't like. She's afraid that like he'll bring a COVID case into the house. I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird. Whatever.
Is he vaxxed or?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, he's fully vaxxed. Yeah, he got his second dose just before we started rehearsing. Yeah, he's fine. He's not he's not terribly concerned, and we're mostly learning now that she has moved out, that really he's only been doing all this because of her. He's been doing the elbow thing. Do you know the elbow thing, the sort of elbow greeting instead of like a handshake or whatever that people have been doing since COVID started?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been so like anytime like he'll like greet someone, he'll like come up to them with his mask on and he'll like do the elbow thing, hit elbows, whatever. Um, and just the other day was the first time that he came to a rehearsal without a mask on, and he was all cool with everyone. Super chill guy. He uh he like put up his fist to do a fist bump, and I thought he was going straight for the elbow. I was like, okay, well, I put up my elbow. Like I look like a fucking idiot going in for it. And I was like, fuck, I don't know what we're doing. He just like grabs me. He's like, oh fuck it. He like gave me a big ass hug. This dude's a monster. He's so big. Just such a cool guy. I love him. Love working with him. Done a couple shows with him before. But yeah, I don't know. It was just cool. It was cool. It was like one of those moments that like people overreact to on Twitter. That they're always like hugged someone for the first time today in about a year. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever, sure. But it was one of those moments where I'm like, I don't know. It just felt really nice to like connect with someone who like that wasn't like family or like a super close friend. Just connect with someone that, like on that level again. Since lockdown and everything, it was nice. It was nice. It was a cool moment.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I have another sad story.
God damn it, Brian, stop.
Because, like, you talking about acting just reminded me. Joey, did you ever fall out with your sort of acting mentor?
There was one time where we were on a kind of a shaky ground. We're cool now. In fact, she's also in the show that I'm doing right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no. We it was just one time where I sort of left the main theater that I did shows at for a while, and she wasn't cool with that. So we sort of like weren't talking much to each other for a while, but that's about it. It didn't last for terribly long, and we're totally fine now.
Okay.
I take that that's where this story is going now.
Yeah, I kind of just spoiled the ending, but let me set up some stuff real quick. So, I've talked to you about this woman before. I used to love working with her.
Mm-hmm.
Then COVID happened. Something snapped in her head, and I was trying to fool myself a lot that I was enjoying working in theater for the high school this year. And the truth of the matter is it was a fucking train wreck, man. Like she was awful to everyone. Kept like putting actual, so like as an example, people would talk to her about how they had mental health issues pre-COVID, and she'd sort of offer like a warm extended arm and be like, we can help you get through this, right? Anyway, so because she had sort of established that precedent of like, I'm your director but I can also help you through shit, she people were coming to her about that stuff again, and she was just like, the show is more important than your mental health.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whew.
And like, wow. She was going hard down that line of thinking too. She was also just, so like my buddy Raiden, he's an acting friend of mine. I went to the Funny Stop with him actually. He he had been wanting to do all the plays and stuff for like all of high school, but hadn't the time because he's also a bagpiper, and that takes up most of his free time.
This man's a fucking bagpiper.
Yeah, he's a bagpiper. He actually goes around different states and like bagpipes for different companies because
What is that?
that's a niche thing, and he gets like he gets a lot of money for doing it too.
Look at Chad.
So each thing he does is like a couple $1,000s, you know? It's great.
Nice.
Anyway, so for some reason my director decided that she wasn't, she's worked with him for 4 years, and it's just as far as like acting classes go, and he's finally coming to do the fall play. She said she was excited, and then like treated him nothing but like dog shit the entire time. Like,
Yep.
This man would sacrifice these bagpipe shows to come do the play stuff. Like he was out money, and he wasn't getting anything really in return for doing this acting stuff other than he likes acting. And she was making it miserable for him. It's like, so just like the level of ungratefulness from this woman was like times 10, essentially.
Gotcha.
And all of us felt it. I got it less than some of others, but like here's the thing. As much as you want to say, oh, like, get over the director being a bit of an asshole, like, if you're unpleasant to work with, nobody's going to want to work with you. And by the end of the school year, everybody kind of didn't want to work with her.
That's totally reasonable, yeah.
So I was doing this class with her called Advanced Scene Study towards the end of the year. We were rehearsing for a 20-minute children's show. All of us had our lines memorized, and our school does this thing for seniors every year called Senior Skip Day, where the seniors just don't go to school. So Senior Skip Day fell on, like, I don't know, a Thursday or something.
Gotcha.
And she caught wind of it and was like, so Senior Skip Day's tomorrow, but all of you are still coming to class, right? And I straight up said no, because, like, it's my day off.
Yeah, reasonable.
And she said, but we've got rehearsal tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, and tomorrow is also my day off. So
yeah.
I'm not coming. And she said, well, we've got rehearsal. You have to come. And I was like, I don't think I do.
Get him.
And she said something like, I can't remember what she said. She was like, seriously? And I just shrugged my shoulders at her. And she was like, seriously, that's all you can do is shrug your shoulders at me? And I just did it again.
God damn. Whew. Go get him. Love it.
And this is the most unprofessional thing. I have to preface the rest of this story with this as well. If you make a public scene with me, a public example of me, that's never going to sit right with anyone. But like, it really doesn't sit well with me. If you make a scene with me out in public in front of a bunch of people I know, anything like that, and you are not like my mother, I will drop you immediately. Like, that is one of my biggest fucking issues.
Yeah.
Like, you do that pisses me off to level 10 immediately.
And so how did she make a scene with you then?
Well, first of all, she slams her books that she's holding on the stage. And begins to tear up. and says, "I have to use the bathroom," and like slams the door as she walks out of the theater.
Okay.
Uh, Everybody's sort of just looking at me because I do also have to say that I've sort of been theater star child at my
Oh,
school.
really? Ah,
Yeah.
so you're cringe too. Gotcha.
Well, no, because I don't talk to people. But as far as like what an example of, I guess, is a good actor is, I've been there, I suppose. So this, I've been told that not by her, but by other teachers, that that's sort of what I am.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't see it, but this violent reaction to me being like, I don't want to come to rehearsal tomorrow is probably that kind of confirms it in my eyes. Um, so everybody's looking at me like, what the fuck just happened? And some of my castmates are like, come on, just go to the rehearsal tomorrow, man. And I'm just like, no. Fuck no.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? No.
If you've been there for every single one, you can fucking miss one rehearsal.
Yeah, I have never missed a rehearsal in my 4 years of doing this.
Yeah, like
Raiden, as
the
much as I
fuck.
love him, has missed like 5 at least. And
Mm,
not once has he gotten this type of reaction from her. So it's like,
mm.
you can give that motherfucker who has missed rehearsals and you're not on particularly good terms with that kind of respect, but someone who has been diligent and loyal to you, no respect at all. What the
Yeah.
hell? So she
So,
comes back in
oh dear.
and says, if well, if you don't show up tomorrow, the entire show's off. I could be spending this weekend with my kids. And if it wasn't for the fact that I care about Raiden, who's also in the room with me looking mortified, and a couple other people, I would have spat at that and said, fine. But I
And
also,
so,
because like, here's another thing. Like, a lot of the people I was working with at the time have treated me like shit over the past 4 years. So, like, I could not give two shits about a lot of the people I was working with.
absolutely fair.
But, you know, I did have a couple friends in there with me. And I wasn't about to just be like, okay, cancel the show. So she says this, and like, you also have to understand that I'm taken aback by all of this. So I'm just like, what the fuck mode? And people are talking at me. I'm not saying anything and I'm processing. So people are telling me to just say you'll come tomorrow and I'm not saying anything. So it looks like I'm going to say no. And then
And oh god.
Mahalo, this woman, has the audacity to say in front of Raiden, who has sacrificed thousands of dollars to do this acting stuff and has been treated like dog shit the entire time, she has the audacity to say, I have sacrificed so much time with my family for this show, for these shows this year. I don't think you guys understand.
Oh boy. Please tell me you actually said no at that point. Please, for the love of God, tell me you actually said no at that point.
Well, two things went through my head. Raiden is not going to want this show to be canceled, and he's in it. And I care about Raiden. The other thing is, this is also a class. So if the show gets canceled, everybody else gets excluded. But if it gets canceled because of me, I'm gonna get a big fucking F.
Hmm.
And I'm probably gonna fail the class.
So,
So I said yes, begrudgingly.
ah, big
But
L, big
I
fucking L.
I did not, like I said, I fucking dropped her completely. I will never speak to that woman again. I refuse. She tried to talk to me a few times afterwards. I fucking walked away. She went, actually, the day it happened, she tried to approach me afterwards, and Raiden stopped her dead in her tracks. And he was like, after what you just did, he isn't gonna want to talk to you ever. Because Radar knows me that well. But yeah. So I fell out with my acting teacher. Big time.
I mean, hey, if they're being like, I don't know, no big loss. If in my opinion, if they're being a cunt like that.
So
I mean, honestly, good for you in the end. I think.
How so?
Well, I don't know. It's if she was able to snap at any moment like that, I don't think it's. I think you're gonna have to get to this point eventually of cutting her off.
Yeah. But it was just like, it was getting to the point where I like dreaded coming into acting classes every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last one, they were just doing improv games. I didn't even show up for that. I straight up cut class that day.
Good shit. Good shit.
Someone, another person I care about from that class, her name's Zoe. She asked me why I didn't show up, and I was just like, the show's over. Couldn't be fucking arsed. Like, I don't want to talk to my acting teacher after she pulled that bullshit.
I find it hilarious that you unironically say arse.
I only say it when I say can't be arsed.
I don't know. I feel like I've heard you say it in other situations too.
No, that's all ironically, but it sounds a little weird to be saying can't be asked.
See, I just substitute with can't be bothered. So
Men shouting.
or can't be fucked.
So this commentary has really just been catch up with Brian and all the shit he's gone through over the past month.
I think I don't even need to do anything. You're just venting. You go, man. Fuck.
But yeah, so this has been my life for the past month. Other than that, it's been getting schoolwork done and decompressing from all the graduation stuff. I'm out of high school now. Hopefully all of the bullshit I've talked about, well, other than the funny stuff, I'm definitely going back there after that fucking night. That was wild and hilarious. Hopefully the dicks and my acting teacher are things of the past now.
See, the acting teacher thing actually hasn't ended. Good job, Brian. You learned how to end a story.
People were pissed at me too. Like,
however, I will fully expect to hear the continuations of the first two stories in future commentaries.
well, I've sort of, I'll give you this. I've been looking around awkwardly at the hospital ever since. Like, everybody has name tags, so I'm desperately looking for a 30-year-old woman with the name tag Sabrina on it.
You just like keep staring at everyone's chest as they walk by, looking for their name.
It's kind of been like that. So Sabrina will forever haunt my dreams.
Or, drunkenly dance in your dreams.
Drunkenly dance and grind on me in my dreams.
Oh, so I ran out of shelf space recently, and I just have like 2 books sitting off to the side that I have no clue where to put.
Oh my.
Yeah, fucking rip me,
You need to start layering them.
No, that's the devil's work.
I know that's the devil's work, but that's straight up what Jacob told me to do. And I was like, what?
I had to do that. I had to do that at one point when I didn't have a second shelf, and then I got another big ass bookcase. So I'm like, okay, cool. I could, actually, lay them out like a normal fucking person. But now I need a third big ass bookcase, and I don't. But I don't have the space for another big ass bookcase. Whatever.
I mean,
and I'm also almost out of room on my Eagle Moss shelf, so I need another shelf for that. So.
I've been running low on shelf space for years.
Mm. Maybe
Actually, I could probably sell a lot of the books on my bookshelf. There are a lot of these I don't need because I'm never going to read them.
Are we talking like all Doctor Who books or other things too?
No, other things.
So Mark of the Rani.
Mark of the Rani. Brian's life is just more interesting than Mark of the Rani, and that says a lot about how boring Mark of the Rani is.
I don't know. Most things I feel are more interesting than Mark of the Rani.
I mean, my life is pretty fucking boring, bro.
I mean, I don't know. Apparently, you're getting made fun of by up and coming comedians, so it's a little bit more interesting than most.
I think this guy had like an HBO special at one point or something. I don't fucking know.
Oh. Weird. Dude, I mean, I could look right now. Do you remember the dude's name?
I fucking wish I did.
Remember their first name at least?
No.
Goddamn.
But I remember that was one of the things they said. He was like, you know him from the HBO special, and I was like, there was an HBO special? That was fucking news to me, bro.
Huh. Okay, here, let me see. Here we go. Let's look at stand-up specials.
I mean, he was bald, he was white, and he had glasses.
I mean, I guess that helps. Yeah. Let's. Did they say if it was like a recent special?
I assume it had to be recent because he's still playing in bars. You know what I'm saying? Like shitty little bars. He's part of like a comedy troupe. Like the special was all his own, but like he goes around with like 4 other comedians.
I'm like frantically searching to see if I can find this name before
Mark of the Rani ends.
Mark of the
Oh, we're getting to the last 4 minutes here.
Ooh, saucy. Based on his douchey attitude. This is a white guy, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think being a douche can be funny.
I suppose.
I thought he was a funny douche. Like, that's the thing. The story sounds like I'm uncomfortable and in distress for a lot of it, but I'm not. I was sitting there laughing the entire time.
So he was from Ohio, though, I take it?
I have no clue.
Because, like, if he knows the colleges.
That is true. Yeah, because he probably is from Ohio.
Okay. I know I'm not going to be able to find this before this ends. Fuck.
Oh,
Do you remember like a letter? Do you remember like a letter that the name started with?
I wish I did. Because
Fucking hell, you don't remember anything about this guy's
I was
name?
like, afterwards, I was like, I want to watch this guy's comedy special. Fuck, what's his name? You know, that's kind of the important thing to finding his comedy special. His fucking name.
Yeah, that might help. That might help. Yeah, fuck it, I'm not gonna find it. Oh, I get my second vaccine on Wednesday.
Hell yeah, brother. Gonna be
Yeah,
fully vaxxed.
Indeed, indeed.
Because I work at a hospital. I got mine early.
Yeah. I had to make sure I was able to find my card. I couldn't remember where I put it, but I found it while recording this commentary.
Dinosaur fetus.
Yeah. What is Mark of the Rani? Like fucking ugh.
80s BDSM porn.
Do you remember fucking Kieran would always get mad whenever someone said they didn't like Mark of the Rani? Because it was filmed by like where he lived.
Kieran lives in a shithole. Not surprising.
I'm pretty sure that's like the only reason he liked the story.
Some guy on Twitter was talking about how he really enjoyed Business Unusual because he actually knew all the places in Business Unusual.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
And I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's sort of why I enjoyed this book called Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, because it's set in Savannah, Georgia. It's like a true story from Savannah, Georgia. I've
Oh,
been
okay.
to Savannah, Georgia multiple times, and
Mhm.
had been before I read the book. So
See, it's
I
weird.
find,
See, it's weird. Like you run the risk when writing things that are like specific to a certain area in the world. Like, it really appeals to the people that live and know that area, live in and know that area. But those that like don't are could feel completely alienated. But that comedy, like if it's comedy or if it's drama or whatever, like it'd still be compelling. Um, but I don't know. It's tricky, isn't it?
yeah.
Hmm.
I
Like I remember I
remember
was
I remember
like,
running into that issue when I was writing about Royal Albert Hall for
like
Phantom
I
of the
remember
Opera.
like I remember I was watching this one Dave Chappelle special, and like Dave Chappelle was making these jokes about Ohio, and I related to it because I'd been to Ohio because I have family that lives in Ohio. But I was like, oh man, no one's gonna know that. No one's gonna know why it's fucking funny that like traffic is being held up by a horse and buggy and an Amish guy. Like,
Yeah, that is
like
Ohio.
yeah, like I don't know. It was really funny to me, but like I don't know. I feel like that would alienate
Oh,
a lot of people.
this the roads of Ohio, man. They're fucking wild. They're
Yeah.
bumpy, and sometimes you just come across Amish people on the highway.
Hey, also, I just realized we've been doing all of season 22 in order by complete accident.
Have we?
Yeah,
Uh,
because we have two doctors. We have two doctors coming up later this year.
oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, to get rid of that box, Brian. But yeah, no, yeah, we have two doctors coming up later this year, and we haven't done Time Latch or Revelation of the Daleks yet. So,
We need to continue the pattern.
Oh shit! It's over. Fuck.